Our Group 31 from the Omnichannel class, and we are going to be discussing Panera Bread's Omnichannel efforts today.
Okay, first, who is Panera? And Panera Bread is started in 1987 in the Louis Bread Company, and later it named Panera Bread in 1997. And since then, it grows over 2,000 locations across the US and Canada. Panera is best known for his very freshly baked bread, soups, salad, and sandwich. Unlike fast food chains, Panera focus on high quality, clean ingredient, and a more relaxed dining experience. One thing that makes Panera outstanding is its commitment to technology. It was one of the first restaurant brands to introduce digital ordering, mobile apps, and a strong loyalty program. Today, over 15 million members in my Panera reward program, which offers discount and personalized deals. So Panera also offers multiple ways to order in store, online, through its apps, and even drive-in. So this digital-first approach helped Panera stand out.
So the articles that we found to discuss today are all about Panera's omnichannel efforts. So in 2022, Panera partnered with Adobe and specifically their real-time CDP platform to dive in because of all of the D2C customer touchpoints that Mingling just mentioned. Being able to stitch together that entire customer journey was important to them. So after partnering with them in 2022 and getting the omnichannel experience up and running, as of 2024, Panera has continued to invest and innovate in this space. They've most recently partnered with a piece of technology called AppsFlyer, which is helping them with attribution data. So they're filling a gap. And the reason that they're doing this is because they're doing all of these marketing campaigns and they want to know if the marketing campaigns have an ROI. So they're using AppsFlyer data to fill in the gaps, to calculate their MROI, and that way they can pitch to their fellow Panera colleagues to either rev up or maybe rev down some of the marketing campaigns that they've been looking at. This investment from Panera was definitely pricey, time extensive, but because they are primarily D2C, it seems to be paying off for them now.
Okay, let's talk about why Panera's strategy is so important. So there are 5 things we need to talk more. And firstly, a seamless customer experience. So Panera's goal is to make sure that no matter where customers engage, they can get the same smooth and constant experience. So by using the app's first technology, Panera can track those interactions and make sure that everything works together. And secondly is about the data-driven personalization. And we talk about that personalization in the omnichannel is very important. So by the gathering data from the different platforms, Panera can better understand what each customer likes and offer them more relevant deals and promotions. So this makes the customer will feel more valuable and keeps them coming back. And third is about the efficient marketing spend. So with the app's first data tracking, Panera can see which marketing effort are actually working and invest more in ones and cutting back those something that don't. So this helps them to use their budget wisely. And the fourth is about the how better customer engagement. So Panera can send them a reminder through app, notification, or email. So this small action can encourage customers to complete this purchase and leading to higher sales and customer satisfaction. And finally is about the competition. So more and more people ordering food online and through apps. So companies that can understand and adapt this trend will stay ahead. So by using this, Panera can make smarter business decisions and stay ahead of the competition and competitors that still rely on the outdated methods. So next.
Great. So when we were thinking about Panera's business, we decided to just map out a channel map to understand how all the different pieces fit together and how they're reaching customers. So you can think about it starting with Panera HQ on the left. Panera as a brand is owned by a holding company called JAB Holding, which owns other brands like Einstein's and Caribou, which I think is relevant as we think about how this tech might be applied across the board. But for now, we can just focus on Panera, I think. Panera HQ works with over 2,000 franchise Panera restaurants. They do have unique elements of their franchise strategy in that they don't let people open just a single door. When someone commits to being a franchisor, they have to commit to, usually I think it's around 15 locations. So they have strong relationships with their franchisees. They're providing things like, obviously owning the menu development and the creative strategy there, providing marketing assets and strategy to the franchises, and then also just general operational support. And then thinking about each of the individual 2,000 locations, what gets interesting is that when a customer interacts with Panera, there are all of these different ways that you really can order and eat. Even though it's D2C, they really are advanced in how they've progressed technologically as a restaurant. So if you walk into a Panera location, you could order at a digital kiosk that's super tech enabled. You could order face-to-face at the counter. And there, of course, you'll pick up your food in the restaurant if you're already in the restaurant ordering as an individual customer. But you could also order on the Panera app, which, like we mentioned, has a massive sort of My Panera Rewards loyalty program with over 50 million members. You can order in the app and then also on Panera.com. And you can actually order in the app or on the website and pick up in a drive-through as well as of, I think, 2023. So several different ways to reach Panera as an individual customer. Of course, you can also use a delivery service like DoorDash and Uber Eats, which is sort of the one intermediary we think about in terms of delivering to customers. But mostly, food is just coming straight from Panera. And they also do have a catering business, which is enabled by online ordering on the website. You can go to the next.
So in terms of what we discussed, we see 3 benefits and 3 challenges that we've identified here. The first benefit is a seamless customer experience. So to have a lot of integrated touch points will help create a unified brand journey that we can kind of use across our channels. Secondly, if we are more data driven, we will have more efficiency when it comes to our marketing and help us on the financial front on budget allocation as well. Thirdly, this will enable us to have a competitive advantage over our less tech savvy competitors who are not following such strategies. In terms of challenges, firstly, a major challenge could arise from data integration. So to just unify multiple platforms, unify their data will require a good amount of infrastructure and constant kind of keeping up with the changing data trends. Second thing here would also be privacy and compliance risks, because there will also be because since the company will also be handling customer data on a very large scale, we'll have to make sure that that privacy and compliance is well maintained. Thirdly, this will also require significant capex in terms of investing into this entire program, investing into upgrading of tech and so on. In terms of future efforts, we see future efforts in form of three ways. First is airport vending, so in terms of ready-made outputs such as the pharma fridges that we see in many locations these days. The second thing would be more of like a build your own sandwich, like along the lines of what Subway is doing. And lastly, more of like an a la carte buffet option that can be explored.